All right, so tomorrow we are going to practice taking a STAAR test, so we'll be ready for the real thing in May. And so I wanted just to go over with you a few things that are important. So one is make sure you get enough rest tonight. Okay, make sure you get enough sleep so you are not tired tomorrow. You want to wear comfortable clothes. I would dress in layers, so that way if you get hot, you can take off a layer. If you're chilly, you can add a layer of clothes. So something comfortable. Let's see what else. You want to have a good breakfast and bring a bottle of water. You're not going to be leaving the room to go and get drinks of water. So you want to have a bottle of water, and maybe some snack that's healthy and not messy, nothing sticky or anything like that. Okay, so once you do that, and you come tomorrow, we're going to give you a STAAR test from last year, and you are going to, first of all, take a look at the reference materials. So your test comes with some handy-dandy stuff here. All right, so we have been talking about finding area and perimeter of squares and rectangles, and they actually give you the formula right here. So that's nice. There's also a ruler with inches on this side, and then the other side has a ruler with centimeters. See over here? And they have also given you measurement units. They don't expect you to memorize everything. So if you have a question that's about converting, let's say, miles into yards, or yards into feet, or feet into inches, you can find the equivalent measurements here. Same thing with liquids and weights and even time. Okay, and then you're going to be given as much of this grid paper as you want. So they give you a couple of sheets to start with, and if you want more, all you do is raise your hand and ask for more. These things should be filled up with all kinds of work. You are showing your work, right? Okay. Don't forget to use your UPS check method when you come across a word problem so you don't get confused. All right, so they will give you some directions. You will have a Scantron. You're going to be using a number 2 pencil, so you're looking for that number 2 on your pencil. That's number 2 lead. Do you see the number 2 on these? Those are the ones that the computer will pick up. You can also use your yellow highlighter to look at stuff that's very important to you. So just to kind of remind yourself, oh, that's important, I'm going to highlight that or circle it. And you're always underlining the question they're asking you, right? Okay, so the directions, read each question carefully. We read and reread, right? We don't just read a question one time. We're reading that question at least 2 times. Okay? If it's a multiple choice question, you're picking the best answer to the question from those 4 choices that they provide. For a griddable, okay, you determine the best answer to the question and then you fill it in. We practice that, but you have to be very careful about place value. Okay, so this is what your griddable looks like. The decimal is to the right of the whole numbers and to the left of your decimals, okay? So we have the ones place directly to the left of the decimal. And then you move up to the tens, hundreds, and thousands. From your decimal to the right, it's tenths, like dimes, okay? And then the second one to the right is hundreds, like pennies. Okay, so once you get your test booklet, you're going to take a look at the questions. I'm sure you're going to be curious how many questions are on this thing. This is the 2018 test, and there was 34 questions on the test in 2018. You do not need to answer them in order. If a problem is super tricky, you can skip it, save it for later, come back. You can show your work on the test itself or on the grid paper or both. For something like this, you would write directly on the test. Above each dot, you would write, however many you count there. And so you can figure out and prove your answers, okay?